This is the TRX Dynamic Warm Up that you'll do before pretty much any workout. So you're going to start with the TRX bands in your hands. We're going to have our feet about hip width apart. I'm going to start with 10 nice controlled air squats. Awesome. So trying to get those knees over the toes, sitting as low as you can, using the TRX as much as you feel comfortable to keep yourself secure and stable. Now remember, because this is a warm up, we're not trying to go hard or heavy. You want to have your feet as far apart as you need, and you want to make sure that there's no pain or discomfort. Next up, we're going to separate our feet really wide, and we're going to sit down to one side. And again, we're going to go as low as we can, using the TRX bands as much as we need to sit as low as possible. Notice how my heel is staying on the ground of the foot that's bending. It's completely okay if that heel comes off the ground here. So we're trying to stay quite low, we're not coming all the way up. Trying to swivel from side to side, and we're going to do 5 to 6 on each side. Go ahead and follow me now. Next up, we're going to step 1 foot forward, have the hands in front of us. I'm going to warm up the hamstrings, so I'm going to push the bands away from me while I'm pushing my hips backwards. I'm going to feel a lengthening of the hamstring in the front leg, and I'm going to use that hamstring and that glute to pull myself back up to that standing position. And we're doing 5 or so on each leg. Now we're changing sides, other foot steps forward, same thing. Notice I'm trying to keep my back as straight as possible, pushing my hips away from me, pushing my hands forward, and really creating some length in the hamstring. And then using the hamstring and the glute of the leg at the front to pull myself back up to that standing position. Once we've completed those, we're going to take a step back and we're going to pull our hips away from the TRX bands and feel a nice stretch underneath the arms, and we're going to twist from side to side. Notice how my feet are rotating and my whole torso is rotating. I'm trying to push my chest underneath the arm at the top. And again, we do about 5 on each side. Think about breathing out as we go into each stretch. If you find a position that feels really good, you can stay there and hold for a second or two and really feel that nice stretch. I'm also getting some spine rotation going on here as well. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to stand with the arms apart. So we're going to nice stretch across my chest. Notice that I'm not leaning forward too much. I'm going to bring my arms up above my head and all the way back down, turn my hands in. I'm getting a full range of motion in my shoulder. So as I'm coming down with my arms, I should be getting a nice stretch in the chest, and then I'm turning my shoulders in, touching my hands behind my back to get the full range of motion in the shoulder and get the shoulder all warmed up and ready for any exercise we might be doing today. And again, we're doing 5 to 6 of these, turning back around. Awesome. Lastly, on the TRX bands, we're going to do 10 TRX rows. So I've stepped my feet forward slightly, have a slight lean back, keeping my body in a straight line. I'm going to pull myself up, squeeze my back muscles, and then control myself back down. And here we're warming up the muscles in the back and also the biceps. This is warming us up for any rowing motion we might be doing during our workout. And note here, the further forward your feet are, the harder this movement's going to be for you. Then to finish off the warm-up, we're going to find a wall. Note the lower down the wall or the bench, whatever you're using, the harder this movement's going to be. So we're going to go into push-ups here. So notice my body is in a straight line. I have nice controlled movements. My shoulders are away from my ears. I'm coming down, my chest is touching the wall. I'm pushing straight back up again. I have a nice controlled movements. I'm not flopping down. I have tension throughout my body. And again, you want to find the height that is suitable for you. It doesn't want to be hard. We want it to be relatively easy for the warm-up.